Hey guys, Flo's here. So today I'm going to be going over my RPG collection of my Switch. This section is definitely the largest section of my entire Switch collection. I'm just going to start grabbing games and going. Next I'm on Extinction. So, it's like a Pokemon ripoff, Pokemon clone. To be honest though, I think it's a lot better than what Pokemon has been in years. For one, multiple save files. We do have that. There was... a lot of the monsters were actually kind of unique. Different looking. They stood out. I do remember them. Now, the problem with that is I don't remember their names. But to be fair, I don't remember a lot of the Pokemon names after, like... Black and White, I think, is maybe the... Yeah, I think Black and White is the last generation I really remember. So, next month, Extinction. Definitely worth checking out if you're a Pokemon fan. I absolutely mean that. $30, $40. It's definitely worth it, guys. I promise you. Like, I played the heck out of it. I think I got like 35 hours in. I beat the story. I was doing like post-game stuff when I stopped. I only stopped because there was so many other games to play. Octopath Traveler. I think everyone knows how good Octopath Traveler is at now. If you're a JRPG fan, you've definitely got into it. Probably. I mean, if you're on a Switch, you know about Octopath Traveler. You know what? Personally, I love it. The idea of 8 characters, 8 different stories, I thought it was fantastic. I can't really think of a character I don't like. I think they're all pretty interesting. I definitely started with Primrose. I thought her story was the most interesting to me. It's the only one I've seen to completion, though, so there is that. But anyway, definitely a lot of fun, though. I've put about 60 hours into it. Still going. Still a lot to do, but anyway. Ys 8. Lacrimosa of Dana. Never have been a fan of the Ys series. I never actually tried one until this one, and I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. It definitely drew me into the series. I'm very much looking forward to Ys 9. Very much. I'm going to show these 2 games at the same time, and that would be Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and then the DLC. Have not really played too much of the DLC. I have played the base game to completion. Loved every moment of it. I thought it was great. Battle system is I think it's really difficult. I actually had to drop down to easy to play the game because I was getting so frustrated. Honestly, that may I know some people, I know I'm not the only one that thought this. And I know there are other people who are like, well, you should have stuck with, normal and kept going. And I put hours into it on normal and I just couldn't do it. It drove me nuts. I couldn't. Every battle felt like an uphill battle. And I got tired of it. Like, just simple battles out in the field were a pain in the butt to me. So, but overall, great game. Xenoblade Chronicles, Definitive Edition. I do have the big box of, the big collectible box of that. So, I actually played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 before the first game. I tried the first one on the 3DS. I wasn't really a fan. Now, obviously I'm back and I'm playing the Switch version. I'm about 2 hours in. I'm doing a lot better than what I was. I enjoyed it a lot more. The Mamato is very interesting. I really enjoy the gameplay. Definitely different from the second game. If you've played both of them, you understand, they're fundamentally different, obviously different stories, but different gameplay mechanics and all that. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I actually did not think these games were as bad as what everyone said they were. They're not fantastic. I definitely feel like I think they're going in the right direction with the games, but they're not quite there yet. I did have a lot of fun with them personally. Again, I still think Nexomon was better, but still, Sword and Shield are great. Definitely excited for the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Check out my video on that. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu's in the still case. Have not actually played much of Pikachu, maybe like an hour. I did complete Let's Go Eevee, and I was almost done with the Pokédex on Let's Go Eevee, and I swapped out my Switch. I mean, like, I got a new Switch, and I didn't transfer the data like I should have, so I lost everything, and oh my god. Frustrated with myself, but what can I do? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team, Director's Cut. Loved the original Mystery Dungeons. I was actually very happy to see that this was getting a remake. Like, so happy. Now, the only thing is, I've only put like 3 hours into it. I did recently go back and play a little bit more. I am having fun with it. It's just, for some reason, I can't get into it. It's not the right time for me to sit down and play this game. It's weird to explain. Anyway, moving on. Mary Sculpture 2, which does come with the second one. This was a limited run release. Haven't put too much into this. I'm actually getting my butt handed to me a lot. It's to the extent that I've honestly thought about restarting and putting it on easy. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, because I'm like, man, no, like, just keep trying. But then, like, every battle feels like, it's such a challenge. I'm like, man, I don't want to. I'm okay with challenges. Let's get this straight. So I'm okay with a JRP with challenges, but I'm not okay when every single battle feels like an uphill climb. And it's not really the fact that I feel like it's not like I feel like I'm under-leveled. I feel like it's just the whole, like, every single battle is that way. No amount of grinding is going to get me to where I need to be, because I'm not getting the EXP to grind efficiently. Now, if that's true or not, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and yes, I did get the big box for this too. Limited edition, whatever the heck it was. I can't remember what it was now. But also a great game. I know some people were not happy with it. It took a different turn than what Fates and dang it, I can't remember what it was. Not Echoes. It's not Echoes. Awakening. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that? It definitely did take a different turn from Awakening and Fates, and I understand that. Like, you're a school teacher, and to be honest, I was happy about that. I was like, oh man, this is it's not the normal. It's like, yes, there's still war, obviously, but what's Fire Emblem without a war? But I saw the idea of being in a school. I'm like, man, this looks pretty interesting. And to be honest, yeah, I thought it was. Now I never did get to complete it, and the reason being is I chose I think it was Red Eagle, Black Eagle, Red Eagle. I can't remember the house names now, but I chose the red, and I took the difficult ending, if you understand what I mean. That didn't go well for me. Anyway, Fire Emblem Warriors, I did get the big box for this too. I can't remember what limited edition, special edition. I wish I grabbed them to show you, but honestly, I just grabbed all my games and I ran and came to sort them out, because tell me, there's a lot, so many to go through. If you don't know, I have 100. I think I might have mentioned this in a prior video, but I have 110 Switch games. It's a lot to show at one time. This is why I'm splitting it up in genre, to make it a little bit easier on myself and you guys. You guys can kind of watch what genre you want and whatever. I'll explain all that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so moving on. Taylor Ryza 2. I did talk about this in my pickup video. I haven't actually gotten to try it yet. Dragon Quest 11. Played about 2 hours. I think it's actually pretty good. Never really been into Dragon Quest before, though, so that was like my first real try. I think it's a lot of fun. For some reason, it didn't really catch me to the point that I wanted to keep playing, like a lot. But it is what it is. I think I will eventually go back to it. Absolutely. Shining Force Refrain. Or Shining Residence Refrain. Sorry, every time I see Shining, I think of Shining Force. So anyway, it is in the Shining series. But anyway, I haven't really got to play a whole lot of this. 2 hours. I played it whenever it came out. thought it was actually pretty good. I do like the battles, like the characters. I don't really remember why I dropped it off. I think there was other games coming out, and one of them caught my attention more than that one. And yeah. Anyway, Crosscode. Haven't been able to play this yet. I got this off of out of a friend's recommendation. It seems to be a lot of fun. I can't really tell you anything about it because I haven't actually got to try it, but it does look a lot of fun. Old school RPG. It's supposed to be a lot of hours. Like 80 hours worth of gameplay or something. That's just what I've... I think... Did I actually say on the back of the box? And yes, I'm looking at the back of the box because I... Yeah, okay, here we go. Experience a 30 to 80 hour sci-fi adventure. Solve over 100 quests and challenges and get caught up in the thrilling story. So yeah, haven't actually played that to give you guys a recommendation on my own, but that's what the back of the box says. Disgaea 1 complete. So, I love Disgaea. I do kind of handpick what entries I play because I have tried all of them, but some of them just doesn't fit right for me. I thought Disgaea 4 was okay. Didn't really care a whole lot for it. Disgaea 3 was alright. Better than 4, but really not my cup of tea. Disgaea 1 is actually pretty interesting. I like it. I put like 10 hours into it on this version. Probably about 15 on the original. For some reason, I never really... Why did I stop? I don't really remember what stopped me playing. I think it was... I think I got on a boss that a level that I couldn't complete. But I definitely want to get into it. And while we're on the matter, really want Disgaea 2. I will definitely talk about that more in a later video because I have something planned. But definitely want Disgaea 2. Final Fantasy 9. Well, I'm holding it upside down, aren't I? No, I'm not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, never mind. I'm losing it here. So I went ahead and bought the physical because I love Final Fantasy and I thought, this would be absolutely fantastic to have. So bought that. I've only put like 10 minutes into it. I do enjoy the story, which I have played so much of the original game on the PS1. So I knew what I was getting into, but I just wanted a physical for the Switch. Next up is Final Fantasy X and X-2. And yes, I did get an import because if you do not know, and I actually talked about this in my 100th Switch video or 100th physical Switch game, which is this. This version does have English subtitles. No English voice, but English subtitles. And it has both games on one cartridge. But if you don't know, the North American copy only has the download code for the second game. So if you want a physical with both of them on it, that's definitely an option. I paid like $70 or $80 for it. It was kind of pricey, but I'm still very happy with that. Odinnaki, and yes, this is the English. I know it comes with the English subtitles. I can't remember if it came with English voice acting. I really don't remember. Basically, you're you can control demons. I can't remember what exactly they were called. I didn't play too much. I made 30 minutes. I did enjoy it though, because you're like action RPG, running around, killing things. But you're jumping from like the real world to like a shadow realm, or like a spirit world. I think that's what I loved about it so much. I think it's more like a spirit world, and like I was stopped at a point where I'm guiding this little boy spirit back to his house to visit his parents, and it's early on, like spoilers, but it's early on. You're gonna see what I'm talking about if you play it. And yes, I did buy a physical. Physical is still like $60, $70. I am Sasuna. I am Sasuna. I don't know why I thought about that. I'm thinking about... Never mind. I am Sasuna. So when that dropped on the PS4 years ago in 2017, I believe? 2016. Yeah. Pretty sure it's 16. So anyway. So, played some of it on the PS4. Wasn't really that big. I mean, okay, I did enjoy it, but I was having issues. I don't know, something about it, I didn't really get into it. Like, I couldn't understand the battle system that well. Bought it on the Switch like 2 days after the Switch launched and beat it in a week. I loved it to death. I'd been wanting a physical ever since then because I knew that Japan got a physical and it had the English subtitle, but for some reason I just couldn't drop the money on it. And then, you know, more recently I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it because I want it. So, Tales of Vesperia, never actually played this game until I got the Switch version. I've only put like an hour into it. I do enjoy it. Now I definitely will say there are other Switch games that I enjoy more. Some people are probably like, okay, let's hit the thumb down button right now. But I started with Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of a New Age. I don't know, it's the second Tales of Symphonia game. I actually enjoyed it. And I understand that if I had started with the first game and went to the second one, I probably wouldn't have, but that's just how it happened. I do love Tales of Berseria very much, actually. But moving on. Wallsphere, same company or developer who made I Am Setsuma. Haven't put too much time into that, maybe like an hour and a half. I think it's okay, but I'm really not that into it. Now, if I go back to it, I may be able to, you know, I may get into it more as I play more, but Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, I did buy the deluxe edition, Divine edition, I think it was. The box came in all screwed up thanks to Amazon. I really was mad about that. It came late and it was screwed up and I was so mad. But, well, it wasn't really Amazon. It was USPS, but disregarding that. I didn't actually return it because I was just so frustrated about it and whatever. So anyway, the game is you're a goddess who gets kicked out of your realm because you brought about destruction to your palace, pretty much. And now you have to go on this island and rid of demons and find out why there are so many demons living there. But you also have to build a rice farm to cultivate and provide for your kingdom because you do it. You led to the destruction of all kinds of stuff in your palace. But anyway, you jump from a 2D side scroller out in the field while you're exploring. And then when you go back to like the home base kind of where you're staying area, you jump back into like this 3D model where you're growing the rice and trying to water it. And like you can tell the people that are with you because you have humans with you who help bring about the destruction of your land. I mean, of your home. You can tell them to water it, but apparently if you water the rice yourself, it helps it grow better. And you actually gain levels and attack point, whatever, from how much rice you grow and how well you do with it. I thought that's an interesting concept. Atelier Ryza, again, I imported this. Haven't put too much time into it. Maybe about 2 hours. I do think it's better. I do think it's pretty fun. I've had a lot of enjoyment out of it. But, again, only 2 hours. It's my first... Okay, I tried Atelier before and I wasn't really enjoying it. I thought it was, you know, so-so, kind of okay. Thought I'd jump back into this game, try it again. So far, enjoying it, but I'm only like 2 hours. I can't really speak too much of it. World of Final Fantasy Maxima. Now, I got this at launch. Not for the Switch, but whenever it dropped on the PS4 and the Vita, and I got the Vita version. Thought it was pretty good. I can't remember how many hours I put into it. It was a good few. I got like chapter 6 or something like that. I thought it was fun. I thought, you know, I was really into it, and for some reason I dropped it. And I tried again a couple years ago to get back into it, and I made it to like chapter 2, and I was like, nope, still not. This time I'm actually the furthest I've ever been in the game. I have not returned to it in a while because other games came up. Hopefully I do get back to it soon because I don't want to just drop it. But so far I think it's really great. Some people, I think, felt like it was okay, and some people did not. Personally, I thought, like, it is a different spin on Final Fantasy, but I think it's such, like, an interesting spin, because you're catching mirages. Mirages are, like, the monsters, and you're using the monsters to build stacks, and use the stacks to fight the enemies, because, like, you can have either the big, like, you can be the giant, which is, like, the big version of you, and then you can have, like, a monster on top, which is a medium version and a small version. Or you can be the small one. Littlekin? I can't remember what they're called now. But you can be, like, the smaller version of yourself, and you'll be the small one, and then you can have a medium that sits underneath you, and then a big monster underneath that. And it's really interesting. I actually really got into it because I love... like, seeing what all I can do with combinations and stuff. But anyway, moving on. Knights of Azure 2. I really wish the first game would get a Switch version. Oh my gosh, do I. Anyway, so I picked this up at launch, and I loved it so much. I actually played the heck out of it. I played... I want to say I beat it in a couple weeks. I think it took me a couple weeks off and on because I was playing other things and work and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I think it is very interesting and very it's action RPG. You're slicing and dicing enemies. You're getting, you have like little helpers and you find them like out while you're exploring during missions. And I'm trying really, really hard to remember what they're called, but I cannot. But definitely an interesting game. I'm not really sure how well the second game was received in the US versus the first game, because I know people really enjoyed the first game, and I don't really know what happened to that. But moving on. Digimon Cyber Sleuth, complete edition. This comes with the first game and the second game. Honestly, I think it's a great deal. You can get it for about $30 now. It is fantastic in my opinion, because you share the same save file between both of them. So like your original Cyber Sleuth data is on this side, and then on this, whatever, it's on one side, and then Hacker's memory is on the other side. So you're sharing the data between the two, and you're sharing it in such a way that like your Digipedia, I think it was called a Digipedia, like it catalogs the Digimon that you meet and then the Digimon that you get, like obtain. So anyway, you share that data between the both games so you can complete it easier if you play both games, and you don't have to go out looking for each individual each individual Digimon within the game. So honestly, I think it's great. $30 for both of them is fantastic. Void, you have to bear with me here. Void Terrarium. I did get the launch edition of this, which was awesome. I think it's very interesting. It's a roguelike exploration RPG where you're like collecting parts to help feed the girl, like take care of her and build like a house, dome, whatever. And you are the robot. So honestly, you're better off looking at a trailer for that one. I can't really give a proper explanation for that. Sword Art Online, Hollow Realization. I did do an import because we did not get a physical in North America. To be honest, I think that was one of the greatest RPGs I've ever played. I am a Sword Art Online fan, so that, that's totally debatable, but just throwing that out there. I love the customization as far as like what weapons you want to use, because there are a lot. There's daggers, one-hand sword. You can do two-handed swords. You can do dual wielding, rapiers, spears. I think spears are a weapon category. There's quite a few, but anyway, you level each one of them up as you use it, and that will unlock more skills and such to use with the weapon. And it honestly, it's so great. I love it. I've put so many hours into that game. Dark Souls Remastered. Okay, so not really ever been a Dark Souls fan. I think I think it's fantastic. People can love what they love. I've never been one for torture, but anyway, so thought I'd get the Switch version, try that. I'm only like a minute in. I can't give an opinion on it. I bought it because I was like, you know what, I want to try it, and I just haven't got into it. Dragon's Dogma, whatever. Got this because of a friend's recommendation. To be honest, I really enjoyed it. Haven't played it in a while. Didn't play that much. Maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. I do think it's a lot of fun. It is. It's a good game, by all means. Definitely something to worth checking out yourself. But that's all I'm going to really say on it. Cat Quest and Cat Quest 2. I really, really, really love these games. I think they're a lot of fun. I was very much addicted to the first game. I put it's not a long game by any means. It's definitely not. You can beat it in like 5 to 7 hours. Or maybe about that on your first run. And then after that, you unlock like modifications you can make to make the game harder. And if you stack the modifications, you actually can unlock different armor. And it's really interesting. But definitely check that out. Both games are really great. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one. I thought the second one was still great. And they do tie in together. And there is, from what the second game's shown, I can't find any information off of it. But from what the second game's shown, there is a third one coming. Dragon Marked for Death. Can't say too much about it. 2D side-scroller. Different classes to choose from, different characters. I think it's interesting. Honestly, I only played through the first level. I really can't give an opinion on it. I'm sorry. I really can't. So I'm just going to move on to the next game, which is Chocobo's Dungeon, which I did do an import, and it is a... you do have English subtitles. I do not remember if it came with English voice acting, but I know I had English subtitles. And if you're wondering, because I actually found this interesting, this is a remake of the Chocobo's Dungeon on the Wii, which I was not aware of that at all. And then I started playing. I was like, this looks familiar. And then I soon found out, oh wait, yeah, it looks familiar because for a reason. I thought that was really awesome. Definitely love the fact that we got a physical for that. Not in North America, but whatever. Moving on. Last few games here. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Can't say too much about it. Think it's okay. Not really, not too crazy about it, but I think it's alright. Just a lot of fighting. That's all I'm going to say. It's not a 2D fight. It's not a 2D side-scrolling fighting game. Beat 'em up like Fighter Z or anything, but Dust and Elysium Tale. 2D side-scroller, slasher kind of game. Not too much to say on it. I didn't play very much of it, maybe a couple hours. Genzo Wanderer. I did find that interesting. You're like a priestess or something, I think. But it's a roguelike, so everything you do, gets reset, and you have to... Yeah. If you know what a roguelike game is, you understand what I'm talking about. Last game, Bravely Default 2. So, I talked about this game a lot in my pickup video, so all I'm going to really say is, still having a blast, still enjoying it, characters are very likable, still. I'm at a boss that I had to actually... I kind of lost the boss on purpose because I knew I was going to lose. I wasn't prepared for the fight, but I wanted to see what he reacted like. So then I found out how he reacted out, and now I'm preparing to fight him again. So, anyway, that is it for the JRPG collection. RPG collection. That was a lot of games to go over, to be honest. Anyway, that is it for this video. I am looking forward to making more of these on different genres. So, anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button. Leave a comment below. What kind of RPGs are you playing? If you have any recommendations, that would be awesome. Though I do have to ask that you draw physical games, like games that have physical versions. I'm not really much of a digital gamer. If it's the only option, I will. But I prefer not to even deal with it. But anyway, please drop a recommendation. If you're playing any of the games I mentioned, you want to share some information about them, whatever, drop a comment. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.